died. Don't know why, but tell us what happened. Just died.
Just the normal stuff starts to go wrong with the scenario.
What's going on, guys? Justin Melson here. I create all the content on the Happyfoxproductions YouTube channel, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the behind the scenes, both production, pre-production, post-production of my latest little skit, Endless Crime. I almost forgot the name of it. That's kind of sad, actually. Endless Crime. So that skit, just to talk a little bit about it, was a really kind of out of nowhere skit. I wrote it about a week before filming, and then a couple things happened and things didn't go through, and then I had to rewrite basically 80% of it. Really, it was a pretty simple shoot. The basic idea of the skit was having someone being arrested, you know, a very stereotypical cliche beginning, you know, someone just running from the police. We hear sirens in the background, cop says freeze, and then when he turns around, it turns out to be himself, which would then imply that there's two of them, which means the cop is arresting himself, which is what the original skit was going to be played off of. But then since it was rewritten, I decided to go with, you know, he's arresting himself, but throughout the dialogue he hints, you know, you killed that cop back there, you killed someone, now I have to arrest you. And he's like, all right, blah, 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 blah. I've seen you before. And then, you know, they go through their confrontation. Some of the comedic points is, you know, he's complimenting himself. Oh, you're so good looking and everything, but it's really the same person.
You have the perfect jawline, perfect nose to ear ratio.
We used the Blackmagic Cinema camera, which is what's filming me now, with the Sigma 18-35 f1.8 lens, the Canon 70-200. And for audio, we used the Rode NTG3 going into the Zoom H4n. It's not necessarily the best combo because of the noise that you get from the Zoom H4n. See, like right now, I actually have the, I don't know if you can see it. I have the I have the Rode NTG3 going into a preamp, which is my Focusrite, going into my computer. So I get way better signal to noise ratio than I do with my Zoom. I get a lot of background noise. I have to do a lot of noise reduction and things, which wasn't fun, and I'll get to that in 1 second. And then I had my girlfriend, she was my assistant. She did all of the extra things. She rolled audio the first day. She did extra grip stuff, just anything to help out. Then I had my friend Raquel. She did anything to help out / record behind the scenes. And then I had the two actors, Ryan Kruthup, who did The Last Hotspot.
I need more underscore, please help me. Talk radio show 69.420, how's it going?
And then Ryan Fuss, who was his double, so we can make it look like there's two of them. Post-production. So I organize all my footage, start editing, get the cut down. Since I have to sync the audio because we're going to my Zoom H4 and that takes a long time. So I, you know, get the cut down, sync all the audio, get it to how I think it's gonna look, find the best pieces of their acting, get it all together. Shots that have visual effects that aren't completed yet, I just leave and put a little visual effects template sign on there so I know visual effects shot's gonna go there. Once the cut is done, I just go on ahead and start working on the color, which actually you shouldn't do because the color is one of the last things you should do. It's gonna slow down your computer. If you cut and then color, your computer is going to be rendering all those color effects and all those GPU accelerated effects, and all those effects are going to slow down your computer when you're audio editing or when you're mixing and doing all your touching ups and visual effects and things. So normally, in my opinion, you shouldn't color first. That shouldn't be one of the first things in your workflow. But for me, considering I'm slightly colorblind, so I need to take a lot of time on the color. It took me almost 2 weeks to work on the color for the skit, and it's only like 4 minutes long. Because I'll color something one day and then I look at it again and they look really off, and then I have to retweak it, and then I'll look at it the other day and they're really off. Like one shot's magenta and one shot is pink. One shot his skin tones are too red, the other shot he looks like Shrek. Like it's really hard for my eyes to kind of get it right sometimes. So it takes me a long time to grade. So that's one of the first things I do. And since I built this new computer, which is a video on that, click somewhere on here if you want to watch that video. My computer can definitely handle 2K graded footage really easily. So I just do the grade, work on it throughout. Once the grade was done, actually to talk about the grade, I graded this. I was gonna use DaVinci Resolve because I've never used really DaVinci Resolve much, but the workflow for that, the way I was working, it wasn't working out. So I decided, since they released Adobe CC 2015 with the Lumetri, whatever it's called, color effects within the software, integrated within the software, I did a base grade within Premiere, and then I moved to speed grade and do a more detailed grade, and then Once I have the overall look down, because I wanted this one to be really colorful and vibrant and saturated, maybe a little tint of warmness, but I didn't want it to be too warm. I really wanted this to be reality, but a little bit too quirky, a little bit too colorful. Most of my films are more dark and desaturated and less colorful. So once I had the overall look and tone that I wanted down, then I would go into After Effects and do specialty grades. For example, for the opening shot, I wanted to have that rocket jump look that's really bright, really blue, really orangish red. And to do that, I had to, create mattes. I had to track the matte, apply a look to an adjustment layer, track that, do a couple rotoing. And then once I had to look down for that, then I would transfer that look onto the next shot, which is a shot of the guy running, which means I had to track the floor, apply a grade to the floor, apply a grade to the sky, apply a grade to his, whatever that thing's called, jumpsuit, which was another thing, because since his jumpsuit is so orange or red, I don't know what color it is because colorblind. It's like an orangish red color. Whenever you add too much saturation, if you're using your scopes, it clips really easily. If you add a little bit of saturation to this costume, it clips. So I had to do a lot of roto work and keying work to make sure that once I saturate the shot to my liking, I have to unsaturate his suit, which was a big pain, but it's what you gotta do, because if you don't do it, it's not gonna look professional, and it's the little things that make your project look professional. So that's how it was for grading. Effects was actually very easy. I wanted to have more visual effects in this because cloning is one of my specialty effects. I can do most cloning shots. If you guys have been following this channel for a while, you know I do a lot of cloning, like this video, in this video, in this video, in this, and this, and this, and this video. A lot of people like to shoot the effect on a tripod. You set up your tripod, you film your actor here, and you film your actor here, then you just split it down the middle and feather it, but I found out that everyone kind of does that. So to take it up to another level, you start adding camera shake, and you don't use the wiggle expression, like wiggle, open bracket, 4:16, close bracket. That doesn't look realistic, so you film your own camera shake, track that in there, and then you parent that to your footage, add motion blur, which we're shooting at a 180 degree shutter angle, apply that in AE, make sure you're using a 180 degree shutter angle in After Effects. So that's one way to achieve that. Another way that we did was for this shot, I will film no one there, I'll film no actor there. So I'll hold the shot for a long time, and then I'll pan over to the actual actor and I'll cue him to say his line. And then what we'll do is I had one of my assistants mark where the camera was, so then I can get my tripod and set the camera right on the tripod and film the clean plate and film the plate of the actor saying his second line. And then what I'll do is I'll roto him out, do a 3D camera track, stitch him back into the shot, add the motion blur, and voila, it looks like there's two actors and it looks pretty cool.
It can't be me. Don't act surprised to see me. You knew I was gonna be out here. Vladimir, I thought I got rid of you for good.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Wow, I totally messed that up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you like this channel, if you want to keep up with what I'm doing, or follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. Actually, I'm on Snapchat too. So follow me on social media for more stuff. I like to post whatever comes to mind, behind the scenes stuff. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys next time.